Hello and happy Thursday, second graders. Hope everybody is doing well today. I hope you've been having a good week so far. We are going to continue our reading group today on our Election Day book. So if you don't have that, go ahead and grab that. You are also going to need your worksheet. So this is the side that we're going to be working on today, and a pencil, and you might need an eraser as well. So we kind of need three things today for our lesson. So if you haven't gotten those, go ahead and grab them right now, and you can hit pause if you need to. What we're going to do today is we're going to read our Election Day book one more time today. We'll go through it a little bit quicker than we did on Tuesday, just because we've read it twice already. So hopefully you are a little more familiar with the words and kind of following along with that. And then we're going to fill out our organizer, the worksheet, and that'll be it for this week for our reading groups, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to shrink my video down a little bit like I do. And one thing I wanted to mention, I added those questions in on the last video that we did, so hopefully you figured that out really well and that you were able to answer those couple questions I gave you. So great job for those of you that did. If you did not get a chance to see the last video or answer those questions, you can still go back and do that. You know, all the videos are still up there for you to watch, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Our book is called Election Day. That is the title. The author is written by Anthony Caron. So you'll notice that this book does not have an illustrator listed. Anthony Caron wrote the words, but the pictures were kind of taken. This is published, or it's produced by a company called Reading A to Z, which is your Raz Kids books. So they kind of use a lot of different images and people. So this doesn't have only one illustrator in this book. All right, let's get going here. Election Day, focus question, what happens on Election Day? So that is what we're learning about. All right, page 3. Election Day is a day when people vote. So it is a day when people vote. What is one thing? Think about one thing that I mentioned, we talked about last time, that people vote on. What is one thing? Go ahead and say it to me if you can remember something. Yeah, we vote on, like a president. We vote for a president. Good. All right, remember your finger pointing and whisper reader level 1. They can vote to keep or change leaders, like our president or governor or mayor, kind of elected officials. They can vote to make new rules or laws. So we can make new rules and laws. We talked about some of the school levies last time we were together. How does Election Day work? People help set up places to vote on Election Day. People travel to places to vote on Election Day. People wait in line to vote on Election Day. And do you remember what was the other way that you can vote? Do you remember I said I had voted this way in the past? Yep, vote by mail. People check in to vote on Election Day. People use booths to vote on Election Day. People get stickers for voting on Election Day. And we've talked a lot about community here and a lot in our social studies classes. And this is part of being a good citizen and a member of a community, is you have the right and the privilege to vote. So that's why they give you a sticker, to show that you are participating in the community. People count the votes on Election Day. People change things in their city, state, or country on election day. And it looks like there's people here celebrating because they were happy that, I don't know what they were voting on, but whatever they were voting on, it looks like their vote won. And so they are happy and celebrating that. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'm going to go back to kind of the beginning here. We're going to start with page 5. So please get out your graphic organizer, okay? And the first thing you're going to do is write your name at the top. And I'm going to be switching back and forth between pages a little bit. But here is a picture of the graphic organizer. So you're going to start with your name. So I'm going to put my name at the top. And you will write yours. And then in the next box, we will start our sentence writing. So it asks us, it says first. So this is sequence of events, and we've been doing this in literacy this week as well. So this is kind of a review for our literacy lesson. So first, let's go back to our book. What was the first thing? People help set up places to vote on election day. That's the first thing that kind of happens. So we're going to write first, people set up places to vote. Remember, we use proper punctuation for our sentences. So the sentence is first, put a comma, people set up places to vote. All right, so that's the first sentence you're going to write. Now remember, if I'm going a little too quickly for you, that's okay. You can always pause your video and then hit play again when you get it written. All right, the second thing, we're going to go to the next page. What was the second thing in our sequence of events that happened? Oh, people travel to places to vote on election day. So you travel somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Second, comma, people travel to places to vote. Okay, so that's our second sentence. That's the second thing that happens. Remember, use your punctuation and write as neatly as you can in the box so that it fits, okay? All right, then, something else is happening. Okay, let's go back to our book. We were just on page 6, and now you can go to page 7. And if you've got your book, you can be reading along in there, and that's where you find the words and the sequences as well. So you can use this. I know that I'm going a little bit fast, but remember, you can always pause your video and come back. People wait in line to vote on election day. Excellent. Then, people wait in line to exactly vote. Great. Next, all right, we're going to go on to page 8. People check in to vote. Okay, so we're going to go back to our worksheet. Next, people check in to vote. So we've done first, we've done second, we've done then, we've done next, and this is the sequence. So remember, it's going in order. It's not out of order, it's going in order. That's what our sequence is. Now, all right, we were on page 8, so now you're going to turn to page 9. People use booths to vote on election day. So now, people use, booths to vote. Great job. So we have 2 more. On page 10, it says, oh, this was nice. This is the community engagement. People get stickers for voting. And then on page 11, people count the votes. So I'm going to let you fill those out by yourself, okay? So on page 10, people get stickers for voting, you're going to write then, comma, and you're going to write in people get stickers for voting. Finally, what happened on page 11? People count the votes. So that's what you're going to write in finally. Finally, comma, people count the votes. Okay. So that is your assignment for today. You need to, if you didn't quite get finished, you need to finish your graphic organizer and you need to fill it out, and you are going to fill out the last two parts on your very own. Now remember, I would really love it if you are able to take a picture of this and either leave it in the reply box or have your parents or someone in your family email me a picture, okay? That way I know that you're getting your work done. It's very important that you let me know that the work is getting done. Okay, so great job with reading this week. I will see you again next week, and have a good weekend. Okay, bye everybody.